Good morning, my friends. Welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualized NZ, and I'm going to do a design team project today for Tanya Leigh Designz. I have in front of me a selection of products from Tanya Leigh Designz. So each one of these is a different product, and I've just chosen out one from each packet. Some of these, like this one, there are multiple pieces in the packet. Most of these have one style. A lot of these have, like this one and this one and this one, for example, have different words on the pieces. So I just chose out the words I thought I might work with. Now, I'm probably not going to use all of these because there's quite a lot here, but I wanted to make sure I had a good selection for what I want to do. And then this piece here is 3 pieces that you can actually separate out, which I think is super fun. And my idea with this, if I use this piece, I'm really not sure which way I'm going here, but I do have a project in mind, so that's a good start. So these pop out from one another, just being very careful so I don't tear them. So the outside ring on this one says best wishes. The next one says may rays of joy and happiness shine on you, which I thought was really, really lovely. Beautiful sentiment. And then the middle one, as you probably already saw, is a butterfly. So in this packet, each set of 3 has different words and a different image. And I just thought this one was really, really pretty. So I thought I'd separate them out so we can play. Right, for this project, I want to cover some of them with something that I can still see the detail of each piece, but gives it some colour and detail, you know, so they're not just plain white. And I love the white, but I thought I want to kind of create an arrangement, layered arrangement. I do believe it's going to be a corner tuck is what I'm aiming for. So I want some of those to be different colours, different textures. Okay, and I thought covering them would be a really quick and easy way. So I've chosen out this bit of, like, I'm guessing it's some sort of deli paper or something. It's very pretty. It was sent to me in Happy Mail. And then this bit of plain pink tissue. So both of these, we can see the design through them. So that was important, that I still retained the character of these pieces, you know, so I didn't obscure what makes them really cool. So let's just take one. Let's go this one. I'm just going to cover it all in glue stick. So first we're going to do a bit of covering, and we're not going to cover everything. We're just going to cover some pieces. And I don't know yet which pieces I'm going to end up using, so we'll probably do more. Now, do I want that? No, I don't want it right in the middle. I don't want the roses right in the middle because that seems a bit too contrived, if you like. Let's put that there. See, you can still absolutely see all that beautiful pattern and text underneath. Not a problem. I'm just giving it a little burnish to get out any little air bubbles, to bring that text, to make it as black as possible through the glue and the whatever this is, glassine, deli paper, I don't know. It's not something I'm overly familiar with. Okay, let's choose maybe this clock face as well. It is the same size, but that's okay. I'm not sure even how big, whoops, let's actually cover the correct side, how big the tuck spot's going to be. So I don't know how many pieces I'm going to end up wanting. So I'd rather do more than I need, and then I can set them aside for something else, whatever we don't use. Don't know. We'll see how it goes, my friends. Once again, I'm just bringing you along for the ride, for the fun. Again, I'm just going to give this a burnish. Get out all those little air bubbles that make it appear faded. And also make sure that it's nice and flat. Okay, I'm going to set that aside and let it dry for a bit because it's a bit sticky before I gum up my scissors. Right, let's do some of the plain pink, and I definitely don't need this huge piece, so I'm just going to cut a section off. Make it a little easier to work with. So how are you, my friends? How's your day going? Right, just pop that rest of that aside. Okay, so what would I like to cover in the pink? Now this has a shinier side and a matte side, so I'm going to stick it to the matte side. Maybe number 43. Just going to flip over that glue page. It's already getting quite sticky. Have you got much on today? Obviously, if you're watching this as I'm talking to you, you've got a little bit of time to watch a video, which is awesome. Does your day include some crafting time too? That would be awesome. I do appreciate though, not everybody can craft every day. So instantly we're getting a bit of colour, but still preserving all that wonderful detail. Now I want to make sure I have a variety of sizes, so I might do this little 20-25. I keep wanting to glue the back, because so often we glue the back, don't we? But not today. I want to make sure we put the glue on the front. Pick it up, pick it up. Oops, and I've just got, ugh, gross, glue all over my mat there. Must have put a bit too much glue sticker on there, I think. Oh no, it's still sticky. My wet wipe is not wet, so that's not helping really. Okay, so we've got those two are the same size. This I think is the same size. We've got the smaller one. How about a bigger one? That's a bigger one. Yep, bigger than those. Do we want to do the butterfly? The butterfly is also bigger. I think I want to do this plain one. Just getting so gluey here. On this set of pieces, there's different borders on the pieces. So there's a solid black line, there's some more delicate ones. Really cool options. But I wanted something that was a bit more heavy, if you like, to vary what I've got going on here. Now, do I want to cover one of the rectangle pieces? I might do. Okay. Okay, set that aside, and do we want to do one of these on this? Okay, yep. I think we're done with that bit of glue paper. So I know it's not terribly thrilling so far, just covering bits with tissue. You could do the same thing with napkin, absolutely. I just decided I'd go this direction for this project. Oh my gosh, so much glue. I really need a wet wipe to actually do a proper cleanup job, but I'm not going to bother grabbing one out now. Right, so I'm going to just loosely, without wasting too much of my pretty paper here, cut these out just to reduce that bulk that I'm working with. And we'll do the same with this. I don't feel as precious about this pink because I've got a reasonable quantity of it. It's the pinks, what I picked up at the junk store. as opposed to this one, which I've never seen before, have not seen since I received this, so it feels a lot more precious. But I'm using some. I'm trying not to be hoardy. Right, so these are the first couple that I did, so hopefully the glue is now dry enough. Let's cut them out. And obviously talking and cutting are two things that are mutually exclusive. Concentration is real, my friends. So have you been along to check out Tanya Leigh Designz? I will put all the links in the description box below. Lots and lots of products, and there's another release coming. I don't know when. It's probably a wee way away because she's only just released the latest lot of products. So, you know, creating takes time and producing takes time. So it's probably some time away, but I know she is working on more designs, which is really exciting. Do go and check her out. If there's anything that you like here that you might want to pop in your cart and purchase. When I say pop in your cart, it's basically just letting her know that you want to purchase something. And Tanya does ship internationally as well. So if you're overseas, don't worry. You can still purchase. Oops, I'm really making a mission of this cutting out business. There we go. Those two, and let's chop these apart. I'm going to leave that one till last since it was the last one I glued, and we did have a lot of glue seepage. Right, oops. I find it easier to cut from the back when I'm working with this type of thing, and I can run the edge of my scissors along the ridge of the piece because they're all in a cardstock. Sticking to my scissors. Obviously some glues there is still wet. Oh, gosh, come on. There we go, there's that one. Just going to give my scissors a quick wee wipe down. It probably won't make much difference because they'll just gum up just as quickly, but we might get an extra few seconds of non-complicated cutting. Maybe be very careful if you clean your scissors like that. I have cut myself once doing it, and it's not nice, not pleasant, and it cut more deeply than I knew as I did it. Like I could feel it happening, but before I could stop the action of cleaning them, it had gone a lot deeper than what I had even thought it would. So just be extremely careful. We don't want any blood on our beautiful crafting, do we? Or sore fingers that stop us crafting. Fortunately, when I did it, mine didn't stop me crafting, but it was painful. It did take a wee while to heal. And the worst thing would be to actually do that and cut myself on camera. That would it would just not be good. I think that would be grounds for ending a video and reshooting it. I think. So much glue. Stop coming up my scissors. Sorry, this is turning into quite some mission, isn't it? But I'm not going to pause. We're almost there. Okay, now we've just got the rectangle to do, which is all good. So the rectangle will be the easiest one to do. Tissue's all stuck to my fingers. I'm in such a mess, my guys. Such a mess. Yeah, look at this. Whee! It's like off and racing. Zoomy zoom. So there we go. We've got some covered, and I want some that are white, and we're going to colour those up in a different way. So let's put these aside and they can keep drying. Right, I need some ink. I've got this cherry pink stays on. I'm thinking it might be a close but darker sort of tone to that, maybe. I don't actually know. I don't have a dauber for this. Can I get one quickly? Okay, this one I'm just going to turn upside down. It's got a different colour on the other side. So I'm just going to switch it over. I've never actually inked with the stays on, so let's see how it goes. Let's just choose this one. Oh wow, it's quite dark. It's very vibrant and very pretty. Look at that. Does it match? We're going to make it match. I think we're just going shades of pink. It doesn't really matter too much. I'm not going to overthink it. I really like this. May rays of joy and happiness shine on you. So I'm going to ink that up. And can I get the inside? I want to do the inside. Yep, we can kind of do it. Won't be quite the same, but it's going to have a hint of colour. Okay, that one, and I seem to be doing 3, so why not do 3? Let's do 3. What else do I want to add? The, what is it? Cherry pink. Yeah, cherry pink too. Come on, don't overthink it. It doesn't matter. Just choose one. Right, this one. Okay, and I think I might brush some ink over top of the piece, but just with what's left on my dauber here. Whatever you call this tool thing. Trying to avoid the... So just trying to go a lot softer for the middle, just to give it a little bit of a colour. And our lovely big circle here. There you go, just give it a little hint of pink. Right. Now I'm not going to use the larger string here, so I'll set that aside. Right, I think we're ready to start building, and then we will be able to see what we might want to add colour to, or whether we want to cover anything else. I do want to go ahead and distress around these pieces though, because I still want that vintagey sort of aspect to everything. So let's do that quickly. Just whizzing around them, just giving them that little bit of distress colour. Oops, didn't cut that one out very well. I think that's because my scissors kept catching on the paper. That's all right. Doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. We can always trim it up a little bit if it really bothers me. Right, do I want to do vintage on this as well? Let's see on this one. Just adds a little extra depth of colour as well. And actually it tones down that pink a little bit. It's a little bit more tricky to do around this one with the hole in the middle, because I can't, normally I'd hold it here, but can't. So let's do a quick flick round in the middle as well. That. So you can tell I'm not really spending a lot of time here. Right, I like this one, so I'm going to go give this one some ink as well. I love circles. I love playing with circles, so it makes me really happy that there's so many circle elements. So fun. Okay, and maybe we'll do one more. Do we want the plain one? Let's do the plain one. I say plain, but it's got a beautiful thin double border around it, which is really quite pretty. Okay. So we might use some from over this side, but I think we'll start with these. So I need a page to work on. I did not prepare one, but that's okay. So I just grabbed this off the shelf. So a lovely bit of coffee dyed paper. Just an A4 bit of copy paper that I've coffee dyed with circles. How appropriate is that? Not planned, but like I was saying, I do like circles. This has got a few splotches as well in between the circles. Okay, so we're going to create a tuck spot, a layered tuck spot that kind of wraps around a little bit, and I have no idea how I want these bits to be arranged. So we're just going to start playing, start experimenting. The tricky part is, once I've got it how I want it, is then to try and glue it all together how I want it. That is going to be the tough part, isn't it? I can see that now. Okay, so if we do something like that, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking it might be beneficial to actually put that on a bit of paper and then put the paper on our page. How would that work? Because we've got some gaps there. Would that matter? If we put it on coffee dyed paper, it's not going to matter at all. So let's do that. I think it would be easier because then we're not going to get bits caught catching. When we put something in our tuck spot, they're not going to catch on those layers. That is where my brain's going. So I'm just going to grab out this piece of coffee dyed paper, which has got lines on it instead of circles. It's all good. This will also give us the ability to, I guess, play around a little bit more and make sure we're getting things in the right place. I'm going to fold it in half so that I know it's the same size as my journal page, so I don't accidentally do it too far out. Actually, you know what would be nice? Would be adding a bit of doily in there as well. That could be fun. I'll just grab out my little doilies here, because I think that would just add an extra layer of prettiness. There's a little piece of left over from another one. Just grab out one of these because we might want to add a little doily. That would be cool. Right, so where's my bottom layer? Let's start with this one, I think, and I'm going to use tacky glue for this. So in order to do this, this was quite a long way over, so we're going to pop it there. It's going to be fun when I come to cut round it all. So it's not going to be exactly the same as how I laid it out, because, you know, that's a bit tough to get it exact. And put that one there. So if you're wanting to put this on a page that's not coffee dyed, like if you're putting it on a journal page or something, then just use another kit page from the same kit to back your pieces onto, and then cut round that, so it will still coordinate. It doesn't matter if it's not exactly the same. Right. This one is up quite high. Let's pop that on. Some of these might be more obscured or more showing than what I have in my layout over there, but this is just our guide, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be exact. Right, this one. Okay, before I get too carried away, I better think about the doily, because otherwise I'm not going to leave any places for it to be. How are we going? Yeah, let's put that bit in there. I almost forgot the doily. Like, oh no. Mind you, we can put it over top. It doesn't need to go underneath. We can do some on top as well. It could look quite pretty. I'm feeling very relaxed, hence why I went so quiet. I just kind of lost in the moment, pondering how I was placing things, and yeah, I just got lost in it. It's not a bad thing, isn't it, when you get lost in your creating? It's quite a cool morning this morning. I have got my hoodie on, although I've got my sleeves pulled up. Very autumn-like at the moment. The mornings are very, very cool, very dewy. But it is supposed to be quite a warm day today. Right, that's not actually glued down yet. That's ring. I forgot about that. I thought I had glued it down, but I haven't. Right. Do I want a bit of doily in that bottom corner? Yep, let's put that little bit in the bottom. I do apologise for I keep going quiet. Let's see, what can I talk about? If I've got something to talk about, then I'm more likely to keep engaging with you. So I was talking in previous videos this week about the guy coming to check the insulation and did not turn up, and I realized overnight that I think it's actually coming next week, because I remember the lady saying, oh, it's a wee way out, is that okay? And I was like, yeah, no problem. And why I thought it was this week is because my hubby had said, oh, what time is the guy coming tomorrow? And so I just like, oh, I knew the time. So I said that and then was expecting him, and I was like, oh, no, I think actually it was for a couple of weeks out from when she rang me. So yeah, it's all good. He will come when he comes. I'm not worried about it. Just bear. Okay, now kind of haven't got anywhere to pop this piece now. That's all right. We don't have to use that piece. Do we want to use that instead of that? No, I like this bit. And I think we need another bit of doily, don't you? If I put it peeking in there and then we trim around that, that's what I think I want to do. So I'll glue the whole bit down and then we'll be cutting some of it off. I do like working in threes, as you could probably tell from when I was covering the bits. I was like, oh, I'm doing 3 of that, 3 of this, and inking 3 of that. Okay, so this piece needs to go on next. Oops, off the card. Okay, this piece next. So we've used all of the pieces that we either inked or covered except one. I think that's quite a good result. And this ring, so fun. They are cardstock, so this is a lighter cardstock actually than the other pieces, but just making sure it's got plenty of glue on to hold it. Whoops, it's up a bit high. Let's take it down a bit. Plenty of glue on it. And then this, yeah, I like that. And I just like the layering. I think it adds a lot of interest. And we get peeps of everything, so we get to see all the bits and pieces of the details, which is fun. The 13 I've used deliberately because that is the date of my wedding anniversary coming up in March, so it's very meaningful to me. Oh, this bit, whoops, I did originally have this bit on there, didn't I? And actually this was not planned, but our wedding was actually at 11 AM. Well, it was supposed to be, but I was late, so it was more like 11:30. But I didn't even kind of, it must have been subliminal messaging to myself. I kind of don't want to put it on now though, so we've got 2 pieces that we coloured up that we're not using. Okay, so now I'm going to trim as close as this to this as I can, just roughly, because I don't want to waste my coffee dyed paper. Okay, put that aside. Okay, now I'm going to do some tricky cutting, because I still want the shape here. And by doing this, even though it's an extra step, we're not going to, when we put things in, we're not going to run into the edges of all the pieces with our journal card or our tag or whatever else you want to put in the tuck spot. I probably should have my smaller fussy cutting scissors out for this, but we seem to be doing okay. Yeah, I have fondness for the number 13 because it is our wedding day. It was the 13th of March. And then when we were on our honeymoon, we did a travel around the South Island and stayed in a chain of hotels. That was the chain that my hubby worked in at the time. So we got good rates at all the different places that we went to, and often got upgrades in the rooms that we'd booked. We got put in better rooms. And most of the room numbers had the number 13 in them. So I've got rather fond memories of the number 13. Now I'm just not sure whether I like that straight bit there, but we'll come back to that if we don't like it. We can chop it off or do something with it, or cover it with another piece if we really can't stand it. So this part in the gap there is going to stay. Now I'm going to trim around the circles, so I'm cutting that part of the doily off that's down below the circles. So it's not taking too long. Now around the doily. Got a little bit there lifting up. Let's pop a little glue under that. There we go. And are we happy with that? Do we want to do something there? We could add in or what about this little bit? I actually quite like that there. Okay, just got a little bit of the paper I didn't cut very well there. Get rid of that, and then that's going to be upside down. Does it matter? No, I'm just going to pop it in there. And so we've only got one piece that's on the back of the paper, and that'll be fine. It shouldn't stop anything going where it needs to. Alright, just going to secure it now. Didn't quite know where to put the glue, so I was just putting enough to hold it until I knew where I needed the glue to go. So we did end up using that piece, and it just disguises that hard line there of the doily. And then it's all good, ready to pop on there. So for gluing this onto the page, do I want to glue at the top? Yeah, I'm going to glue just down the side of each of these pieces. And along the bottom. And pop it on our page. Give it a press. So we're back to only not using one of the pieces we prepared. So I don't think that's too shabby at all. Making sure it sticks down nicely. So then all you need to do is find a journal card or a tag or something, or a collection of somethings, This is not what I would use, but it's just a tag that I've got to hand, and we can tuck it in there. So there we go. There is a fun layered tuck spot using these beautiful pieces from Tanya Leigh Designz. I did want to use the butterfly, but I forgot, so butterfly will be for something else. I love it. I think it's really cool, and it's fun just to play with layering up bits and pieces. Covering them, if you don't have tissue or napkin that you can use ink. You could use, what am I trying to, like distress crayons or felt tip pens, alcohol markers. You could use so many things to add a bit of colour to your pieces, and they'll be absolutely beautiful. Thanks for joining me. I hope you liked the project and that you'll head along and check out Tanya Leigh Designz. As I said before, all the links will be in the description box below. Take care, my friends. Have a great week. I'll see you again soon. Bye.